and Tobago 2024 is... Miss Paxville, Anna-Lise Nanton.
The 26-year-old geotechnician engineer from Paxville, Santa Cruz is now Miss World Trinidad and Tobago 2024. And the beauty herself, Anna-Lise Nanton, joins us here on the Now Morning Show. Good morning and welcome, Royalty. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Congratulations, first and foremost, because I imagine rewatching that moment brought all the emotions back in.
Definitely.
From interviews and conversations immediately following, you said it felt a little surreal.
Definitely, yeah.
Now that things have settled, what does it feel like to own the title Miss World Trinidad and Tobago 2024?
I feel an immense amount of pride and joy. It took a lot of work to get here. 2 months of intense training, literally blood, sweat and tears went into the training for this. But it's always been one of my dreams to have the opportunity to represent my country. I think it's one of the greatest honors you can have. So it's just a really, really special feeling to see that come true.
I do see you needing that or continuing that quest to represent, because you would have virtually taken all the titles there were to have on that night, but it's because you have been also representing in the realm of sport, in the realm of academics. You've done quite a bit and been leading, if you will, all through your life. So when you talk about that blood, sweat and tears, I wonder what was the most difficult part for you then of that training in the lead up to the competition?
I think the talent training and the pageant walk, they were both a lot of work that went into it. So my performance was aerial silks, which is acrobatic, suspended from silk fabrics. And the training that went into that, you know, I would leave with rope burns. I'd wake up in the morning and my fingers would be shaking from the training that went into it. And I mean, these are 6-inch heels. I'd never worn heels this high. So spending all those hours, it was really, really a lot of hard work.
Oh, it was really literally playing.
Literally, yeah.
I'm glad that's over for you now. But the work begins because now we get to know our representative. And if persons were not able to go through the pageant life with you, or even only got to read about you, how would you describe yourself? Who is our Miss World?
So I think one of the ways that I always start to describe myself is as a big sister. So I'm the oldest of 8 siblings, and I always took that role very seriously. I always wanted to be a role model for my younger siblings, to be an example for them, and that's why I always worked so hard to achieve everything that I had. It's all for them.
I really wouldn't want to be siblings then. You set them up pretty high. And going into the competition of the title, that is Miss World altogether, that's what's going to happen. There will be other persons looking up to you from now on, no matter what the outcome is. And I think that it lends itself to a little bit of the discussion of your Beauty with a Purpose project. Usually those give us a bit more insight into the heart, if you will, of the delegates. So tell me a little bit about how you put your heart into Sisters Strong.
Yes. So as you would have mentioned, I am an athlete, I'm a football player, and sport is something that I am incredibly passionate about. I think that there are not only physical health benefits, but also mental health benefits. I mean, I can attribute a lot of my successes throughout my career through the confidence and the determination and mental fortitude that I learned from playing sports. So that passion and love that I had for it is what I wanted to share with the young girls of our nation through Sisters Strong. So what I was doing is I was doing some rugby coaching sessions with some primary school girls in Santa Cruz, and it was focused on building their confidence, helping them to learn to believe in themselves. And actually there's this very interesting study by ESPNW that finds that over 94% of women executives actually had a background in sport. So there's proof, there's statistics that show that sport is actually really, really beneficial to building your character.
Do you have a particular age limit for this rugby training? Because I might need to join to increase my chances.
It's open to all.
All right, coming on to Santa Cruz. But that is part of your community.
Yes.
And when we talk of community, well, yes, in the world of sports, it's very obvious. I think in your case, it would have helped with the voting for People's Choice too.
Yes.
But tell me about your community and how you represent in terms of, well, moving forward, now having the pageant title, what do you hope that you represent the community of Trinidad and Tobago, if you will?
So Paxvale stands for the Valley of Peace, and I think that really describes our community well. It's a peaceful, happy, loving community, and yes, as we would have mentioned, they all came out in full support, and they've been supporting me throughout the pageant, and I think that's something that I really want to spread as I move forward to represent the country. You know, the love that we have for one another. I want to spread that with others. And the whole reason why I took part in the pageant is because I'm so drawn to that idea of having purpose, that beauty with a purpose. You know, it's about giving back and making a positive impact in the country. And also with my background as an engineer, I also want to use that as well to impact sustainable development in the country. So, you know, all of those different skills that I've had, that I've learned, I want to use that to pour back into the country.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited about the combination. I think for a long time, pageantry has been pigeonholed into beauty.
Yes.
We're getting the brains, we're getting the passion, we're getting the action. And we are coming off of the heels of great success from your predecessors,
Yes.
Ashley, who wasn't here because she's on duty still.
Yes.
So
Yes.
did you get the chance to talk to her at all?
Yeah, so as soon as I was crowned, she reached out to me with her very warm congratulations, and we can't wait to meet up as soon as she gets back. But I know that there's a lot of pressure. I have big shoes to fill, but I'm excited. I look forward to making our nation proud.
And in terms of the pageant experience overall, though, the beauty of every and any pageant is that sisterhood that comes
Yes.
with it.
Yes.
I imagine there will be some continued conversations. I remember Wendy once spoke of the fact that she can still pick up
Yes.
the phone and call some of her delegates from 1998. So as much as you have won the title, are there persons that you are happy to have built that sisterhood with, perhaps out of the pageant?
Definitely. I think that was something that I found really special about my experience in the pageant. The girls this year, they were just so incredibly supportive throughout all of the sub-competitions, especially on talent night. I was feeling a little bit down after my routine because I thought I'd made some mistakes, and sitting in the back, and one of the girls came and she hugged me and she was like, "Get up, no, you got this, come on." And she pushed me, and they were all clapping me and cheering me on, and when they called my name, and it was just a really special moment, because when it comes to competition time, you expect that people, you know, would kind of move to themselves and I guess not be as supportive, but I didn't find that. And even recently we all met up together, and it was so nice to see them again.
I can only imagine. And of course, we will be hearing more of you, seeing more of you as you continue your reign. But tell me some of the things that you're looking forward to most as we look into the future.
Well, I think I'm just really looking forward to how I can make an impact in the country. As I said, being a role model is something that is really special to me, being a big sister, and I'm looking forward to share everything that I've learned with the young girls of our nation and making an impact through sport and through engineering, and, you know, adding that representation for young girls who might be considering whether career in engineering is something for them. I want to show them it's definitely something within their reach. You know, I'm a strong believer that there are no limits on who you can be.
I love that. And particularly I'm interested in your, I guess I'm going back a little bit, your passion for STEM.
Yes.
Because it is something that is an undertone continuously in the conversation.
Yes.
If you were, or rather, when you were choosing your academic path, was
Yes.
that a clear, definitive goal of yours, or was there something you happened upon?
So I always sort of knew I wanted to be an engineer. My father is an engineer, and I really looked up to him. I wanted to be like him. I loved math and physics in school as well. So it seemed like a kind of the obvious path, I guess, that combination of math and physics. But I am a very logical thinker. I love solving problems. So engineering, it just felt right for me.
Beautiful. Well, you're an exemplary version of what is possible with both beauty and brains. And so, to close things off, if you were to tell a young girl thinking about, as you mentioned, entering the world of pageantry to hold the crown and be bestowed the title, look into the camera and tell the young ladies of Trinidad and Tobago some inspirational words, if you will.
One of my favorite quotes is, "Life begins when you step outside of your comfort zone." So don't ever be afraid to take a chance on yourself, because you never know what might be waiting for you. And there's just so much to be gained when you step outside of your comfort zone and try something new.
Beautifully put. And there should be no surprise, it's why she's earned the title of Miss World Trinidad and Tobago 2024. Anna-Lise Nanton joining us here on the Now Morning Show. Congratulations again. We will check in with you as the year continues in the lead up to your next crown. Speaking it into being. But that is how we're going to wrap things up here on the Now Morning Show. We've got more action after these commercial breaks. I am going to look to play rugby so I can become a CEO, though. Let's talk about it, Anna-Lise. We'll be back.